we're here and we continue to grow. And the next sister that comes in as well, she'll get in, she'll be able to bond, with us and grow with us as well. But like I said, a lot of people, and I thank the Most High, that's nothing that we've ever experienced where people like, oh, y'all just doing that for the camera.
Yes, fake.
And I thank God that we never experienced that.
Shalom. What's your name? What's your name? Judah. You gotta talk to the
It's a big production.
I'm a pawn in this game of life. We call chess that word that manifests. Dear Lord, I try my best to break the chains of flesh. Mind gone now.
All right. Shalom. Looks like we're back. If this is your first time, definitely go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. I'm your brother Judah the Shooter, and I'm about to go ahead and bring in my wives. Hopefully you all have your wife, your wives, and your concubines, or your potential wife, your potential concubines, maybe somebody you're courting, maybe somebody you just want to share the information with. Definitely go ahead, sit everybody on down, have them to take notes, have them to listen. This is probably, I believe, the 11th video that we have. So once again, like, share, and subscribe. The last video we did is, what's the name of it? How should you treat the new sister wife? Yeah, so basically, for those who are looking for polygyny, how should you treat the new incoming sister wife? That was the latest video. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them on in. Also, you all are the first to know, I do have a book coming out. It's going to be called The Unwritten Rules of Polygyny. Once again, it's The Unwritten Rules of Polygyny. Because as you already know, those who are watching this channel, we know and understand that most of us are probably doing polygyny from a biblical perspective or a cultural perspective. So when you really sit and think about it, for the most part, the Bible doesn't really give a set of a blueprint on how it should be done, how it shouldn't be done, how it can or how it can't be done. In fact, the only thing that it really has, for the most part, is dealing with rights of inheritance if a man had two wives. But again, that's another topic. So as you already know, us as a people, we kind of finding our way, we kind of learning our way, and we are growing in polygyny. So as you already know, me and my household, we definitely want to be the example to the best of our ability. Again, we all make mistakes. Start with myself and my wives. We are not these sinless or just the utmost perfect person. You get what I'm saying? But we all striving, we all growing, and we all learning. So as we learn and as we grow, we're going to continue to share knowledge and information with you all. Hopefully you sisters are really taking heed and paying attention. Hopefully you brothers are taking heed and paying attention. So with that being said, you already know, youtube.com/House of Judah. Again, I got the book coming out, Unwritten Rules of Polygyny. I'm looking to have it on Amazon maybe in November, maybe somewhere around November the 10th ish. Hopefully I'll keep you all updated, but definitely be on the lookout for it. Once again, that's The Unwritten Rules of Polygyny. Alright, so once again, with that being said, without further ado, my wives didn't make me laugh. Great, let's go ahead and bring them on in. Let's go. Let's get it going. All praises. Hallelujah. All right. So we are back for another one. You know what I'm saying? So if you hated them on the last video, this is going to make it worse. I'm going to give you more reasons to hate. So, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get on started. After this one get done yarn. Alrighty, so y'all ready?
Shalom, we're the sister wives of the House of Judah. You may know our Lord is Judah the Shooter. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications to get updates when we upload a new video. Ding.
All right, so let's go ahead and get it done. Why are we here today? What's going on? You ladies came to me and said they wanted to do another video. So now that it's here, it's go time. So what we talking about? What's the topic? Let's go.
The topic that we're going over today is, are you insecure?
Okay.
We're going to briefly go over, there's women who are very much insecure when polygyny is brought to the table. And then we're also going to go over insecurity as far as us, being in a polygynous union. They down talk us very much and call us very much insecure because we choose to do polygyny and we share the same husband. So that's what we're going to briefly go over today.
All right. Let's go ahead and get it going. So once again, the topic is, are you insecure? So for those of you who again may be new to the English language, may not know what insecure means. Didn't one of you all have, I think two of you had a definition of it, right? Mm-hmm. So I guess whichever one who wants to go first with the definition, what does insecure means?
You go ahead.
Okay, you go ahead, babe. What does insecure, what does that even mean?
Okay, so there's two different types of definitions. The first one is not confident, or assured, uncertain, and anxious. And I feel like you have more of that definition written out.
Okay, what you got? Talk to me.
Subject to fears.
Say that again. What?
Subject to fears, doubts, not self-confident.
Say that again.
Not self-confident.
Okay.
Or assured, not secure.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that.
All right. So now we've got the definition of that, and the opposite of insecure would be secure.
Secure.
All right. So what's the definition of that?
Strong or firm enough to ensure safety. A secure lock, free from worry or doubt. Confident.
All right. So I guess before we get started, one more time, read that definition of insecure really quick. Let's read that again, and I'll let you all go ahead and do y'all thing.
Subject to fears, doubts, not self-confident or assured, not secure. And then secure is strong or firm enough to ensure safety, a secure lock, free from worry or doubt, confident.
All right. Let's go ahead and get on with that. Josiah, did you want to say anything on that? Well, all right. Let's go ahead and get it.
So again, the reason of us making this video is to address, sisters who are in a potential polygynous union. Their husband may be seeking another wife. And oftentimes the wife, she feels some type of insecurities because he's taking that wife. And we're here to address that woman, she may feel some insecurities because again he's taking that wife, so she may feel less loved. She may feel that this woman is more beautiful than she is, that this woman has something that she doesn't have, so she's worrying, she's doubtful, she doesn't have confidence in herself at this moment. So she's insecure when she should be secure in her position as a wife, that she's not going anywhere, that she's strong and firm in her position, that nothing can move her from being the wife that she is to her husband because another wife is coming into play. So that brings in a lot of insecurities for that woman. So you may see the spirit change on her, and now she's walking in the flesh. Oftentimes when a woman is insecure, that brings along walking in the flesh, that brings along depression, envy, hatred, strife. All those things are in the flesh, when she should definitely be walking in security, knowing that her husband loves her, knowing that nothing will move her that comes about, that I will be free from worry, I will be free from doubt, and that I will stay in the fruits of the Spirit, because that's all it is. Secure is being in the fruits of the Spirit, and being insecure is walking in the flesh.
right in this hole right here.
Okay, I always look up.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Always. That's what I've been looking at the longest.
Huh?
That's what I've been looking at the longest.
What was you looking at?
The mic.
The mic.
I thought you was cross-eyed and everything.
So my sister just went over the definition of being insecure and being secure, and she briefly touched on things that women worry about when they are being insecure. We all know as women in the Bible what we are supposed to be doing as women. We are supposed to be teaching our sisters good things, how to love their husbands, how to take care of your children, how to bring up your children, how to be keepers at home, all those things. So we all know that, being insecure, you'll be jealous, you'll be envious, you'll be concerned about things that don't concern you. And so we as women, need to stay focused on what we are supposed to be doing per the scripture.
Looking back on this journey, I've counseled quite a few women, and they really don't know what security is until they're presented with polygyny. I say this because most women are pretty much secure in who they are. Every woman has insecurities, whether it's your looks, whether it's your height, your weight, whatever. Every woman has insecurities. We're just women. That's just how we're built. We're always concerned about something. But for the most part, we're pretty much secure in who we are. Now, when polygyny presents itself, that's when you find out if you're really secure in yourself or not. And I say that because I've heard women come to me and say, well, he's taking another wife, he's gonna replace me, he doesn't love me anymore, he doesn't want me anymore, he's not attracted to me anymore. So your insecurities show. I've had a woman tell me, well, I'm very secure in who I am, I just don't want my husband to take another wife. Well, that's very insecure to me. We've been called insecure because we've chosen to do polygyny. And to be honest, my sister Mecca touches on this a lot. You actually have to be really secure in who you are to do polygyny, because you are quote unquote sharing your man, and you are watching him, your man, be affectionate with other women in front of you, in your back of your mind, they're doing it behind your back, or and contemplating on things like that really can bring out your insecurities, and you wouldn't even know that you had those feelings or emotions until you're presented with this. Now, when you're secure in who you are as a woman, things like that don't bother you. You don't think about those things. You don't contemplate on those things. When you see your sister being affectionate with your husband, you smile because you know that he's happy. So why not? Well, what's the word I'm looking for?
Embrace it.
There you go. Why not embrace it? Why not embrace your sister for that? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it really takes a strong woman to walk in our shoes. And a lot of women don't understand or don't know that they couldn't walk a mile in my shoes, and because of their insecurities.
And to pick up what my sister said, as far as being insecure, a lot of people of the faith, of the world, they call us insecure because we choose polygyny. We choose to, our husband decided to take me as a wife, take her as a wife, take her as a wife. And they said that we're desperate, that we, I guess, that we're desperate, and what else?
Well, we insecure.
Yeah. Everything that we read about insecure, we have no confidence. Yeah. We're not assured in our position. We're very much assured in our position and stand firm in our position, is why we are the wives that we are today, and that we stand strong. They said that we're desperate, that we have no
we have low self-esteem,
that we're weak.
Yeah, weak-minded.
And to hear that these women, when we read Titus 2 about blaspheming his name and blaspheming the scriptures, these women are definitely blaspheming the scriptures, because our forefathers and our foremothers definitely did this. They definitely did polygyny. So you're calling them insecure because they chose polygyny. And then we could also read about, it's definitely examples in the Bible about insecurities. We can definitely read that. And those are things that we read, and we are reassured, that that's not the spirit that we're going to walk in. We're not going to walk in the spirit of our foremothers, but we're not going to walk in the spirit of our foremothers, if that makes sense, because they
made mistakes also.
They made mistakes, and then they weren't secure. They worried about certain things that they had no control over.
Give an example.
Well, Leah and Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wasn't the ideal example of polygyny. A lot of people use that as a reason to be wicked, doing polygyny, because Leah and Rachel, they didn't get along. They were having issues, and in fact, the issues were having children.
Right. This was never about polygyny.
Yeah, it was never about polygyny. It was never about who was sleeping in his bed. It was never about who he kissed on the most or who he held hands with.
Right.
It was specifically about childbearing, who was having children, and those were the issues. And as a matter of fact, each situation in the Bible that included polygyny type issues with women were specifically about childbearing.
And to even add to that, the polygynous marriages itself, like each individual type of union, were never really the same. That's kind of like I was saying earlier. We, as a nation, we're kind of finding our way through this. And let me ask you all a question. It's a bit of a curveball. I like the curveball questions, catching off guard. So you all know that there are other people in the nation of Israel besides us who has polygyny and things like that. I guess we can start. Josiah, I guess I'll start with you first. From what you've learned, what you've noticed, what would you say would be the difference between the polygyny in your house versus you've seen in the nation? What would separate this household from other polygyny unions that you've seen?
I think the separation comes from two different things: our head and then us.
All right, now explain the head part, because there might be some new people that come and be like, "What, your head? I like your head wrap." What do you mean your head?
So the husband, the king, the Lord, the head of the household. It stems from him. I think that because your dynamics is really different from what I've witnessed. You require unity in your household, and nothing less than that is going to be accepted.
Facts.
Some men don't require unity. Some men just want more than one wife and really don't care if the wives get along.
Yeah.
Some will kind of press the issue a little bit about the wives getting along, but not for real. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't.
Yeah.
They're not going to press the issue.
So in other words, they don't set the standard.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And they also, from what I've seen, is they kind of bend to the first wife. So what I mean by that is, if the first wife is in her feelings about the situation, they coddle her feelings. And it's going to be okay, and I'm sorry, I still love you, and they coddle her feelings and try to make her feel better about the situation versus trying to get their household together and run their household straight. So that's what I mean by the head.
Not being firm enough.
Correct.
All right. Judy, since you've been in this household, you've seen a lot as well. What do you say would be the difference between polygyny in this household versus what you have seen? And again, there's no right or wrong answer, just what you've seen.
I would say the same thing as what Josiah said. I would say order. Again, with you being the head of the household, and us honoring you and the things that you require of us, and as far as if you were to when you bring another wife into play, how we are supposed to be towards her, just like the video that we just did, how we're supposed to treat the next sister wife coming in.
So the next sister wife that's coming in, where is she right now?
She's
out there,
right there with the children
Yeah.
watching. With
Masked
singer, got the baby and all.
So she's here right now.
Yeah, she's here right now.
Okay.
So again,
So I didn't hide her.
no. If you would, you would have had her on the video, but I don't think she would want to.
Yeah.
She wouldn't.
She's so shy. Tell her, isn't she shy?
Yeah, she's not. You have to put a hidden camera in here and trick her into getting in the video.
But this is how much they have gotten to know her. So most likely, the Most High allows that she comes to the household. Yeah, I might not see much of her.
Yeah.
It'll be as if he only got 3. Where's the 4th? We don't never see
He
her.
said he had 4. I only see 3.
Yeah, she's here. She's here right now.
But order, a lot of people they know order, but they're not in order. Because if they were, they would be in subjection into what their husband is saying. They would get down with the program. So, with us, we know. So when that woman comes into play, we're going to, again, treat her how, we would want to be treated and embrace her and show her the ropes. So that's not what, a lot of households are doing. That's what my sister said. They would rather it is what it is. She,
figure it out.
Yeah.
Throw it out there. Figure it out.
If she in her feelings, he's just gonna let her be in her feelings, and he's not gonna correct her. He's not gonna get on her as far as her attitude towards the woman, or him. Yeah, she's feeling some type of way. So now she's not being reverence to him. She's not giving him peace and joy and all that stuff. So he just let that ride when in fact he should put his foot down and do polygyny how he sees fit, and not because of his woman is in her feelings. So that's what I would say the difference in our household, because our king is not going to let that. He's not going to let that shake.
Well, that just earned a dislike for this video, so thank you for that. Go ahead, dislike, unsubscribe, because I know that just made somebody mad.
Yeah, they're definitely not walking in the fruits of the spirit. So that's the difference between our household and the other ones, because we hear that a lot.
All right, Malcolm, you want to go ahead and expound everything? Since you've been in this union, what would you say would be the difference between our household and other polygyny unions that you've witnessed over the years? And once again, there's no right or wrong answer, just what you have observed. And again, that doesn't mean that you just like anybody, anything like that, but just what you have witnessed. Raw and uncut. Talk to me. What's up?
Well, I'm gonna triple down with what my sister said.
Okay.
Obviously the main places is having unity, wanting unity, enforcing unity, having order in the household, respecting your husband. But another thing that I have noticed is a lot of the polygynous families that I've encountered are still new. Men are still learning. They are new to poly and they are trying to figure their way through it. A lot of women a lot of women end up getting angry about their poly situations and maybe leaving or whatever the case, because the man, their king, is still trying to learn how he wants to run his poly or how he wants to do things. Our men, because I know we look at our men as if once they make a certain judgment or ruling, it stays like that forever, as if he can't change and he can't grow or elevate himself. And a lot of times throughout polygyny, these men are learning themselves the things that they like, the things that they don't like, what they will tolerate, what they won't tolerate. So things change on a regular basis, and we as women have to understand that just like we change, they change too. So it's a growing process for all of us,
including myself, including you all.
You have to be patient.
Still learning after how long we've been.
Man,
A little bit over 3 years now.
Yeah, I've been dealing with you since 2011. Been with you since 2012. You know, and I've evolved, learned, made mistakes, made more mistakes, and more mistakes after that, and learned. You know. Okay, another curveball real quick before we get on into it. So, what about women who say they accept polygyny, right? But then you see them, they're going through their husband's phone. You know, now we're at the point now where the husband has made it clear whether he told her up front, whether he told her during, or whether he told her later on. He's finally telling her, he's honest. Yo, you're not going to be the only woman anymore, you know, however way he says it, you know. But she begins to accept it. Like, okay, this is what it is. I'm going along with it. I'm not going nowhere. I'm still going to be with you. But then she started going through his phone, maybe invade his privacy a little bit, maybe a lot. You know, ask questions like, who's that on the phone? Or, you know, so are you going to actually marry her? You know, have y'all had sex yet? Or y'all going to have sex? You know, asking questions or trying to find the negative downside and to be like, see, you can't do it. You know, or things like that. Do anybody want to chime in on that? I guess we can go with the hard hitter. You know, Mr. Zaya. What's your take on that? Again, this woman, she's now accepting poly, but you see she's now invading his privacy and, you know, things like that. Anything that comes to mind, whether advice, rebuke, whatever, what comes to mind? Talk to me. This is all freestyle.
Insecurity. She's insecure, and her insecurities is starting to show. But as far as a woman that, you know, finally decided I'm gonna accept polygyny, but then started going through her husband's phone. My sister Mecca says this all the time. She likes the idea of polygyny, but not the actual act. So she likes the verb, but not the action behind it. So when it's finally hit, when she finally sees that it's a reality, then she can't hang. She can't handle it. She can't deal with it. And again, that's when her insecurities start to show, and you really find out what type of woman you have at the end of the day. Insecure little girl that needs to grow up and focus her mind on.
That just got another dislike. Insecure little girl. Dislike. Not watching that one no more. But go ahead. Insecure little girl
that needs to grow up, and you need to focus your mind on other things, such as running the house, making sure that the house is clean, make sure the children is being taught well, making sure that your husband is being taken care of on your end, and being his peace and not his headache. So at the end of the day, I mean, we have a role to play, and you going through your husband is not playing that role. I mean, to be honest, you go looking for trouble, you're going to find it. You're going to find exactly what you're looking for, and then you're going to be sorry, and then you're going to start crying, and then you're going to be in your feelings even more. Just stay in the dark about it. Be blind.
Right. It's like they're going to recreate these painful memories or painful feelings all over again, and things to be going good one minute, and then boom, she does something like that, and things can quickly go south. You know. So yeah, Judy, same question. You know, again, you got women that say they accept polygyny, but then they go through his phone, invade his privacy, begin asking questions, prying in his business. You know, wanting to know when you gonna meet up with her, who's that, or you going to meet her, or you going to court her, or how many other women are you courting? Because you get some women that think in their mind that a man can't court but only one woman. And you have to remind them, like, well, no, that's monogamy. This is polygyny. So in polygyny, he can either have more than one woman, more than one concubine, more than one wife, or be courting more than one woman to be his wife or concubine. This isn't monogamy. You know, so again, but, you know, she accepts it. But you see she do these things. What comes to your mind? Anything?
I would say I kind of I gotta put the blame on the husband a little bit.
Okay, talk to me.
Because he doesn't have true order in his household.
Okay.
Because if she truly reverence him and fear him, she wouldn't do those things, and he wouldn't allow those things to be done for her. You know, I'm pretty sure if she goes through his phone, he just brushes it off. You know, when she comes to him, because it seems like he's coming to him on a basis on certain things, like, have you slept with her? Have you seen her? Have you? It's too many questions when he should nip that in the bud already. Like, woman, you need to submit to me and be quiet and stay in your role. You know, you are my possession. You are my wife. So you need to stay in your lane and do what, you know, a wife.
That just got a dislike. Boy, y'all are really. Hey, look, this might go. Yo, that just got another dislike.
Yeah.
All right.
You need to stay in your lane and worry about what you're supposed to be doing, and let me be the head and do what I'm supposed to do. So again, you know, and that woman, she's not in tune as far as her role as a woman. She has too much time on her hands. She's not focused on what she's supposed to be doing. She should be like, okay, all praises, King. And when that woman does come around, you're ready to teach her, and you're ready to teach her the ropes, and you're ready to embrace her and love her. Not worried about, because you're already insecure, so you worrying about what him having sex, that's just gonna throw you right over the bridge with your mind already, because you're not focused, you're in the flesh. So yeah, that's what I was saying.
All right, so like, I guess I kind of want to ask again, like, I guess to kind of drive it home, because again, you hit me with a curveball with this. Look, y'all, this is unscripted. Okay, so we turn the camera on. I let them voice whatever it is they got to say. You know what I'm saying? So again, this is all a surprise. So okay, I guess it's me being a man. You know, I'm watching y'all on the screen. You know, so I know how this is basically going to look when it finally hits YouTube. And I'm watching you say that, and it's like, from the outside looking in, it's like, dang, hold on. Well, if I could ask Judah wife, like, nip it in the bud, what if I do say something? What if I do be like, yo, woman, stop going through my phone. Stop getting in my business. And she just still keep doing it. And it seems like it get worse and worse. She at the point now to where she ain't eating, she ain't sleeping. All she doing is thinking about what the hell I'm doing and who the hell I'm courting. You know, I am nipping it in the bud. What is Judy talking about? At least I think I am.
Yeah.
What the hell you want me to do? What more do I do? You know, we don't condone beating on the damn woman. You know what I'm saying? Or choking her out. We don't do none of that. Well, y'all bet not. But what's up? Like, dang, I am putting my foot down. She don't listen.
Well, like my husband say, you replace her with 2 more. I mean, she's not getting down with the program. She's not doing what she's supposed to be doing as a wife.
Hold on, wait. What scripture is that? It's Sirach 25, right? It say that if she is not going the way that you would want her,
have her,
to cut her off
from your flesh, give her the voice and let her go.
She's not giving you any kind of joy. She's not giving you any kind of peace. She's killing you. We're supposed to be, you know, a virtuous woman into our husband. We're supposed to rejoice him, double the days of his life. Yep. You're lessening. You're. Is that a word?
Yeah. Look, we black folk. We get it.
His life right now. You're not adding to it. You're not adding any kind of purpose, any kind of, you know, and no fruit is being brought out right now. So, you know, it's harsh to some people, and you know, it's sad to say, but a lot of women are out here like that, and they're just getting the green light to just do whatever they want to do. So when men need to put their foot down and show that woman, like, I'm not about to put up with your mess.
Absolutely.
I'm not about to put up your mess. I'm gonna deal with the woman who is secure in her position, and I'm not gonna go and not going through my phone and not giving me the headache as far as what this woman is bringing to her husband.
Just on what sis is saying, is a scripture. What is it? Is that first?
Yeah, First Ezra.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 4.
Yep, verse 26. It say yea.
Speak up a little bit, yeah.
It say yea. Many there be that have run out of their wits for women.
Say that again. Oh, wait a minute. Now look, y'all. If you have the Apocrypha, all right, the King James 6 and 11 edition Bible, she's reading from 1st Ezra. All right, chapter 14 and the 26th verse. Go ahead and read that again. What does it say?
It say, yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women.
You see that, brothers? It says many, not some, but many have run out of their what?
Wits. For women.
For who?
For women.
For women. Go ahead.
And become servants for their sakes.
And become servants for their sakes. So you brothers, that would be equivalent to you being a little noodle back, right? And you become yeah, boo boo. Okay, boo boo. I know. Well, yeah, I know this hurt your feelings. I'm sorry. You know what? I ain't even gonna do polygyny no more.
Yeah.
Now you are her servant. You are now her helpmeet at this point.
Yeah, the roles have definitely reversed.
You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, start over. Read that again.
Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and become servants for their sakes.
And become servants for what?
Their sake.
Meaning for the sake of their woman. Go ahead.
Many also have perished.
Oh, you see that? Many also have perished. That means that many people have died for the sake of their woman. What else?
Have erred.
Have erred, meaning they have made mistakes. And what else?
And sin.
And what?
And sin.
They have broken the law of God. For who?
For women.
For women. You see that, brother? So you get to doing that, these women will run you to their wits' end. They'll run you to your wits' end. You know, and it's like, yo, if you not up on that and you not running your house, then guess what, brother? You'll be the woman that will become a servant to your wife. Anything else?
Yeah, give me a second.
All right.
All right, another scripture that I'm going to read is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach in the Apocrypha. And I'm going to read chapter 30 and start at verse 21.
All right, let's get it.
It says, give not over thy mind to heaviness.
Read that again.
Give not over thy mind to heaviness.
You see that? So, sisters, listen up. It's saying don't give your mind over to what?
Heaviness.
What is that? Depression. Sisters will let their insecurities drive them to deep depression, heaviness, sorrow, sadness. Read it again.
Give not over thy mind to heaviness.
So when you have given over your mind to it, you have now submitted to it. You have now invited it in and say, hey, come on, heaviness, come sit on down. You're in control now. Your mind has been given over to it. That doesn't mean you're not going to have ups and downs, but the scripture is saying don't give your mind over to it. It is now taking control. We see it on your face. You're angry, you're sad, you're depressed. Don't do that. What else does it say? And what else?
And afflict not thyself in thy own counsel.
So don't beat yourself up in your own thoughts. You know, already, the brother just talking to the woman already, he done had sex with her 6 times in your mind. You know, or you done thought the worst already. He's gonna leave me. He doesn't want me anymore. I don't know what I'm gonna do. See, I should have known. I should have listened to such and such. You have beaten yourself up in your own counsel. You're counseling yourself. And now, so remember when it says afflict not yourself in your own counsel, this at the point you've given your mind over to sorrow, depression, and now you begin to counsel yourself. You know, and that's going to lead to things like anxiety. That's what it's going to lead to. It's going to lead to suicidal thoughts. You name it. Why? Because you have given your mind over to heaviness and you've afflicted yourself in your own counsel. So now let's give advice in the next verse. Verse 22, what else to say?
The gladness of the heart.
The gladness. That's key. The gladness of the heart. Now the Hebrew word for heart is la'ab. Alab. It means your mind. So the gladness of the mind, go ahead.
The gladness of the heart is the life of man.
You see that? It brings life to man. As in mankind, it brings life to us. What else?
And the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days.
Sisters, understand that when you bring your husband joy, he will live longer. It said the joyfulness of a man prolongeth. When you prolong something, it means what? It's lasting longer. It prolongs his days. Don't that remind us of Ecclesiasticus 26? Right? Matter of fact, hold it as a bookmark. Let's grab that right quick. Ecclesiasticus chapter, and we'll come back here. Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 1 and 2. Let's grab that real quick. And this section is for the Bible believers, this part here that we're reading. But go ahead. But it's either way it go, it's still good counsel and good advice. But go ahead.
Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife.
So you see that if he's virtuous, she's virtuous, that man is blessed. What else?
Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double.
Shall be what?
Double.
Shall be double. Go ahead.
A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband.
Remember we learned earlier, the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. The joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. What that part say?
A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband.
She brings him joy. Go ahead.
And he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace.
In what?
In peace.
In stress.
In peace.
In a headache.
In peace.
In insecurities.
In peace.
So, again, he will fulfill the years of his life in peace. Was it for 1 and 2?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now let's go ahead and go back to that verse. Ecclesiasticus chapter 30. And we pick back up in 22.
The gladness of the heart is the life of a man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days.
So you see that? Prolongeth his days. What else?
Love thy own soul and comfort thy heart.
No, beat yourself up and go into suicidal thoughts and depression.
And comfort thy heart.
Look at that, and comfort your mind. Think about it, sisters. How could you be comforting your mind if you worrying about what he doing? If you are in his business and you are minding his business, you see it's already getting you in your feelings. Go ahead, what else?
Remove sorrow far from thee.
You see that, sisters? Remove it far away from you. No need to be sad, depressed. It says remove it far from you. Let's find out why. Why should we remove sorrow from us? For what?
For sorrow hath killed many.
You ain't gonna do nothing but kill yourself. That's basically what this is. Whether it's physically or spiritually, you're running yourself to the grave. Go ahead.
And there is no profit therein.
There's no profit in that. There's no gain out of that. You get nothing from that. No gain in that. Go ahead. What else?
Envy and wrath shorten the life.
Whoa. Envy. Sisters, listen up. Envy, which is one of the lusts of the flesh. Wrath, which is one of the lusts of the flesh, as Judy always talk about. Read that again. What is that?
Envy and wrath shorten the life.
So you sisters be envious, jealous, and your feelings, then you get mad, you get angry. You want to throw his stuff out, or whatever it is that you do when you mad. Destroy his property, right? Destroy his pride and his dignity. Talk about him. Go to social media. Spread his business. Running your mouth. All these things leads to death. Envy and wrath, it ain't gonna do nothing but what?
Shorten the life.
Prolong the life?
Shorten.
You're killing yourself. Envy and wrath shortens the life. What else?
And carefulness.
And what?
Carefulness.
You know what carefulness is? It's like you're on pins and needles. What do we call carefulness today? Anxiety. So this is talking anxiety. Think about it. People who have anxiety, they what? They're on pins and needles. Something can trigger them right then and there. They extra careful, right? So carefulness and what else?
And carefulness bringeth age before the time.
Ooh.
Looking old.
Say it again.
You looking old.
You be looking what?
Old.
Oh, man, I thought you was in your 20s. Now I'm in my 60s. In my 60s. That come from you living a rough life. Living a rough life. But read the verse again.
Envy and wrath shorten the life, and carefulness bringeth age before the time.
Look at that. Bringeth age before the time. It bringeth age before the time. Look at that. You be older. You be looking older before you get there. All right. Proverbs 31:12. What you got?
She will do him good.
She will do him what?
Good. And not evil, all the days of her life.
Sisters, if you doing him good and not evil, for how long?
All the days of her life.
Some of the days of her life.
All the days of her life.
So that lets you know right then and there, if you're watching this video say, well, I'm not insecure, I'm secure, then how are you sitting and saying that and you're upset that he wants a wife or a concubine or multiple or even courting them? You don't even know if he's going to go through with this all the way. He might, more than likely, but there's a chance it may not. He might decide, you know what, I can't handle this. I don't know how Judy do that. I just can't. And that's okay too. Why? Because polygyny is not for everybody. I repeat that. Polygyny is not for everybody. But so is it monogamy. Monogamy isn't for everybody either. It goes both ways. So go ahead, read that verse again.
She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
All the days of her life. So now we back on track. Again, Mac, I'm going to extend that question to you. Wait, did anybody want to say anything on that? Want to say anything on that? Okay. Did you want to say anything on that? Did you want to say anything on that what we just went over? Okay. So again, you got the woman that say, all right, I accept polygyny. He done told me. Right? Again, whether it's before, during, or later on in life. You know, I accept polygyny, but then she gets to going through his phone. She gets to invading his privacy, asking questions, like personal questions. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, he's courting this woman, and the woman is coming from out of town, and he's now going to meet up with her, and she now in his business, wondering, well, who is she? Where y'all going? How long you gonna be gone? And you know, or y'all gonna have sex? You know the things that they say. You know, how long have you been courting her? You know, but she says she's accepting it. She's acceptive of it. One, does that sound like a woman that accepting polygyny?
No.
Okay. What about you, Judy? Would you say? Josiah, would you say? Okay. So, what's your thoughts on that? Again, there's no right or wrong answer. This ain't scripted. What's up? What's on your mind?
Well, as always, I'm with my sister.
Alright.
One, she is very insecure. Two, there is no order in the house. She don't reverence, she don't respect, she don't honor her husband in the slightest.
Ooh, say that again. She don't what?
She don't honor her husband in the slightest.
Brothers, did you hear what she just said? Say that one more time.
She doesn't honor her husband.
Wow. Okay. That just got a dislike. Go ahead.
I would say, for me, because if I was the person on the other end of like that conversation, and I know for my sisters too, it would be a strong rebuke that we would give her. That's out of order. You're not supposed to be doing that. I wouldn't welcome any woman to even going down that path. It's only going to lead to unhappiness. Just like the scripture said, it's best if you just don't open yourself to that. I know I don't want to say we as people, most of our colored women are used to being hurt, and we are addicted to that. So we look for the things to upset us and make us sad and angry. We look for that. We don't really want to be happy. So we give ourselves reasons to not be happy. I would say don't do it at all. Just completely turn around. It's not the will of the Father. You know, we're not supposed to be doing that. We have no control over what our husbands are doing, what he wants to do. And you shouldn't try to control it either. It's just gonna lead you down a dangerous path. And there is nothing you can do once you get down that path. It's like no coming back. There's no retribution. It's just
No benefit.
yeah. So stop, turn around, abort the mission, and go back and do what you're supposed to be doing at home. You could be sewing, you could be cooking, relearning your husband, you could be learning your sister, you know, trying to instead of asking him what he's doing with her, okay, well, what can I do with her? If this is somebody of interest for you, what would you like me to be doing? Do those things. Try to keep yourself busy, because if you worried about all these things, it's just gonna make you unhappy and sad. That's all you gonna get is being unhappy and sad. And every day. And it after so long of not being his peace or bringing him peace, how long do you think he's gonna be with you?
Right, and then it's funny that you said it, because again, these are one of the things that I get. It's like, Brother Judah, man, I'm really trying to do this polygyny thing, but I'm having issues because the moment I try to get on second base into a courting stage with his wife, problems occur because my wife is just checking up behind me on every little thing, so, and typically speaking, some brothers, they court sisters that do live in different states or different parts of the world. So typically speaking, if he goes to her or if she comes to him, the wife is wondering, well, how long are you going to be gone? Or y'all spending the night? Or y'all going to go on a date? What is it that y'all going to do? What would you say to that? Anybody?
Who you asking?
Anybody, yeah.
It's none of your business. Right. That's what I would say. It's none of your business. You don't need to know. I'm going to be where I'm going to be. And call it a day.
What would you say?
Even if that is the case, I'm pretty sure he would like for you to meet that sister. I'm pretty sure he would like to bring her back home, to meet you. So you should be in the mindset of preparing yourself. If she does come around, I'm going to embrace her and I'm going to love her, and she's going to see the fruits of the spirit, and she's going to see me reverencing my husband, because if she see anything contrary to that, she's going to pick up on that bad behavior as well. So that's a strike right there.
Yeah.
So
I kind of talk about this in my book too.
Yeah, so that's a strike right there, because you're not showing what you're supposed to be as a woman. And say, for instance, you've been in the truth for 10 years. You know better. So that's what you should be doing, and not anything contrary to that.
Yeah. And Josiah, what would you have to say to that?
I mean, I guess Megan said it best. You gotta mind your own business. It's not your business, but I guess I go back to what Judith said earlier. It's really the husband's fault, because you let her feel that comfortable.
I will say y'all stealing each other answers, but by this being unscripted, you can't say that. I feel like what such and such said. I feel like what such and such said. Y'all like 3 P's in there. Huh?
Because we don't want to court.
Yeah.
We all
that probably just got look. Josiah probably got us another dislike already. This B gonna say what they saying. Dislike. You know how to get.
Yeah.
Another dislike. But go ahead though.
Stop.
Say it is what it is.
It is what it is. But I mean, I honestly at this point will blame the male, because you made her feel that comfortable with questioning you.
Ew. Oh, dislike. Explain.
It's the truth though.
Yeah. I mean, so
Jeez.
the questioning had to stream way before polygyny even came into play.
What are you talking about?
So, okay, so you got, a female got with a man and they were in the courting stage. Or
Somebody gonna be mad. I'm mad. Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead. Hold on, wait. Because when I say this stuff, it sounds mean when I say it. But then, you know how I be in the office, I be teaching all. I be like, look, I can bring my wife in here right now, and you probably really don't want me to do that, because she gonna say the same thing, if not worse, than what I'm saying. Me, I can be a little more aggressive, so it might come off as, oh, this nigga. But then when y'all saying it, I just can't do nothing but laugh. But go ahead. You said it, not me. It's not scripted. I ain't making them say that.
So when a woman and a man gets a courting, or in the beginning she can ask him little simple things, what you doing, where you going, how, and he kind of just brush it off. And then as the marriage progresses, she continues to ask these questions, and the questions can get kind of more tedious. When you coming home, how long you gonna be gone,
Who you with?
Yeah, who you with, and things
Who's
like
in the
that.
background?
You can, like Kevin Hart say, I can't even have fun when she's not around. I gotta be quiet. Shh, don't say that.
I'm thinking the
what
same
you doing? So
She had fun.
yeah. So he's probably never even paid it too much of mind. He probably answered those questions too. Oh, I'm not doing nothing. I'll be home. X, Y, and Z. He probably answered those questions.
I just told one of my brothers this. Shout out to my brother Uriel, man, of Chicago. I was just telling young brother, man. But I was just telling him this, and you were confirming what I just told him, because he was just saying, man, sometimes I feel like I won't put words in, but in the sense I feel like maybe I'm being too aggressive. Maybe in other words, maybe I'm being too hard on her. But you saying what I told him.
You gotta be hard. You gotta be firm, because somehow a husband has to look at his wife as kind of as his child. You don't let your kids question you, do you? Because I definitely don't let my kids question me. So you don't let your kids question you. So why would you let your wife question you? Your possession. She's yours. You're not hers.
That just got another dislike.
So why would you? So like I said, he's probably answered these questions. And he's probably, babe, I'll be home, X, Y, and Z, or I ain't doing nothing. Oh, I don't know her in the background. She with such and such. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He could be cheating and just lying, say, hey, that's what she would. I'm with the bruise, and that's, she with the bruise. She would one of the bruise. And so now that polygyny has came into play, now she's gonna get even bolder with the questions, and she know you gonna answer her. So again, I blame the male at this point, because it's your fault. You did this. You created this monster, and now you have to live with it.
Because then it's like again, it kind of, dang, now I'm doing the same thing, taking her answers. It's like what Josiah was basically saying. It can start as small as well, babe, I'll be home in 20 minutes. And then he comes back in 30 minutes. And then I thought you said you're going to be back in 20 minutes. And they can sound so innocent. Oh, no, I got stuck in traffic. Then it'll be, oh, babe, I'll be home at 11:30. No, babe, do me a favor. Be home at 11:15 because we got to do X, Y, and Z. Okay. Then he comes late. And now he found himself explaining himself. And again, at this point, it's perfectly innocent. Oh, well, I got, I did X, Y, and Z. We had to stay for basketball practice or whatever it is. Then it's, okay, this is the third time you've been late. What's going on? Now he's put in a position to where he now has to explain himself.
Well, he could already been having explaining himself. So say she says, King, can I go here, or can I do this? No. Well, why can't I? What's wrong with me doing this? And then you explain to yourself to her. So it could have already stemmed from something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So at that point, what should he do? Like in this situation, seeing that he's created this monster now. You know what I'm saying? She's now full blown insecure. What do I do now? Like, again, this is me watching y'all on this screen, and hearing you say that, to a man, and it's like, yo, my wife's sitting right next to me. Dang, now I feel like a chump, like a punk in a sense. It's not to beat you down, brother, but I could. Well, I can't relate.
You should feel bad. You should feel like a noodleback.
Now, explain a noodleback for people who just don't know what that even means. What is a noodleback? What you do? Oh God, I guess you're about to give us an example.
I can't. Can you pull it up? It's these right here.
What?
The headphones.
The headphones.
What is?
Right here, behind the laptop.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. Okay, so again, she wants to show us what's a noodleback. He got no spine.
It's a jellyfish.
Right.
In other words, it's a jellyfish. A person that can't stand on his own 2 feet or cave in to coddle somebody's feeling. You cave in, you give in. It's just like a parent that can constantly tell their child no, but the child like, please, please, please. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
You cave into your child, you'll cave into your wife. You cave into your wife, you'll cave into your child. It's the same thing. So you have to be stern, because think about it. If we are to reverence our husband as the Most High, do you think the Most High is going to be a noodle back? Do you think he's going to cave in? Do you think he's going to coddle our feelings? No, because his rules and judgments stand, and we have to accept those.
Period.
You don't ask him, well, some people do ask why, but you're not supposed to. But he's good. He doesn't give you a reason why. He just does what he does because he feels like it. The same thing with your husband. He's gonna do what he do because he feels like it.
Yeah.
And that's not our business nor our place to question him, because at the end of the day, you're supposed to be your husband's helpmeet, not his mother.
Say it again. Ooh.
He's supposed to be his helpmeet and not his mother. Who wants to be married to their mother? Nobody.
Man, that's deep. Wow. See, this polygyny thing, when hearing it from the perspective of a woman, I was just telling the sister today, you know, I can talk about polygyny all day and just take over and just make this my channel only. And, you know, good. But however, it's different when you get to hear, you know, perspective from the women, you know, because I do know, I've heard sisters say that when they begin to ask questions about poly, they don't really have women that kind of chime in on it. And if they do, those kind of women kind of coddle their feelings and tell them what they want to hear. And when they ask the brothers, it's just more so just shut up, man, X, Y, Z. This is what it is. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? You know, rightfully he could do that, you know what I'm saying? But some of them are still looking for that understanding. They're looking for like, yo, but where are the women that actually speak out about it and speak up about it, you know? We want to hear from them, you know, because we've heard from the guys long enough. What do you all have to say, type of thing? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like this is one thing that might separate our channel from, you know, other channels, other poly channels as well. And I'm sure, you know, other brothers do this as well, you know, but, you know, there's not many examples, you know. And once again, that book is coming out, The Unwritten Rules of Polygyny. Like, share, and subscribe. This is youtube.com/House of Judah, you know. So what's next?
I also want to go back to what my sister Judy spoke about earlier. If you kind of notice, our women today are really separate. And what I mean by that is you have the women of the faith, and then you have carnal women. And it's sad to say that carnal women most likely won't accept polygyny, but they'll understand it. They'll have questions about it.
Man.
And they be like, man, I couldn't do it, but you're a strong woman.
It.
Yeah, I can respect that. But a woman of the faith that supposedly know the Bible, that know that it's not a sin, will condemn us.
And that's funny you say that, because I was just showing Isaiah's cousin. She's out in Philly. She's been watching a few of y'all videos, and this woman don't even practice our culture. But yeah, I showed her 2 videos. The video Help My Husband Wants a Sister Wife. I sent her that one, and then I sent her How Should You Treat the Sister Wife Coming In. And even though this is not something that she would like to partake in, she understood it, and basically like, I learned something from it, you know. So she enjoyed watching it. But a sister of the same faith, same culture, same practice, who knows and understands that this is not a transgression or sin, as my wife said, Josiah said, she will condemn you. She will condemn me. She will say those things. You know, it's like, wow.
Or you'll get the women that try to get in polygyny and they just couldn't cut the mustard, and then they start condemning it. But my thing is like I said, not all women of carnal world, may not condemn us, because we've had carnal people tell us we were prostitutes, and so we've had carnal women tell us, but 95% of carnal women, like, and they just ask questions because they're really inquisitive about it. And like, man, and y'all do this here?
So let me ask you something, curveball. For a brother that's watching this and could be going through this, because there's something I say on this, and if you all disagree, let me know. You know what I'm saying? So there's something I always say, and I don't want to say it because I don't want my answer to influence your answer. I want you to say how you feel, what's on your mind. You may agree, you may disagree. I may see it from a man's perspective, and you may see it from the woman's perspective, and I may not can understand your answer. So I'm not gonna tell you what I say, but I want to ask you, either one of y'all who may have an answer. Gotcha. So, the brother that got the out of order woman, things like that. We speaking of this carnal woman. I mean, she don't practice our customs, our culture. She's not into the Bible like we are. That's what is carnal. She's fleshly in the world. When I'm in the world, she might do her own thing. She's not devoted to the Bible or to our culture. That's what we mean by that, guys. But do you think it would be easy for a man to take a woman out of the world, teach her, re-educate her, or to get a woman that's already practicing the culture, knows and understands what it is, but again has been indoctrinated, but he can reteach her as well? Which one would you say would be easier for the brother to do?
Getting somebody out of the world.
All right, why?
Because she's brand new. She's fresh. It's a whole new ball of clay. So everything that you introduce her to is fresh. It's new. She hasn't been tainted or stained in no type of way. She's pure. I know that it kind of sound bad, because she carnal. Mm-hmm. But in a sense, like spiritually, she's pure. She don't know anything. She don't have any expectations. She don't have anything in the back of her mind. She can't sit there and say, oh, well, actually, this is what I know. It's none of that, because it's like she's a child. She's a kid. It's like you just popped out a baby, and you have to build this baby up and put all of these good things into this child. She isn't already in high school and already had all these different teachers and all these different doctrines thrown down her throat.
I'm trying to adopt her.
Yeah, it's not like
to adopt a baby versus
a teenager, and that's a real big thing. Like,
so
that's
you
a
agree
real
with this
thing.
too, Judy? Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
When you go to if somebody is trying to adopt a kid from a foster home, they're more likely to adopt the baby versus the teenager, because the teenager had all this stuff or all this baggage.
All these different homes.
That they could have experienced all these bad things that could have happened to them throughout their life. And you have to go and break down all of these walls and rebuild them all the way up and try to reteach them what you believe and what's gonna work in this house. Like, whatever they taught you in that house, that might have been good, but you in this house now. And so this is the way things work, and you gotta redo all of that for this teenager versus going and getting a 6-month-old who don't know anything. And everything that they're learning brand new from you. And so they'll know how to do things that you like in your house, because that's all they knew. So
now, what proof do you got?
Well, I was new in the truth.
Boom. And how'd you come into the truth?
I came in the truth from my husband.
All right. What's his name?
Judah the Shooter.
Oh, okay. Tell me something. So these women that you see right here are a prime example, because Mecca, who just got done speaking, I brought her into the truth. Judy, I brought her into the truth. We came in together, but it was me who was teaching her. So she didn't learn up under anybody but me at all. My wife Josiah, she knew the truth, but she wasn't walking in the truth. So there's a difference between knowing the truth and walking and living it, right? So she didn't learn up under nobody but me. You know what I'm saying? So she knew some of the basics and things like that, but she didn't start doing things, you know what I'm saying, like walking in the culture until after she met me. You know what I'm saying? But I caught her early on in the walk. You know, and she was willing to, boom, submit and listen. So this is proof that you can actually do it, brothers, if you actually are strong enough to do it. If you're strong enough to do it, because some of you brothers are, you know, not as dedicated as, you know, we all may be in this walk, and you might not be able to do it. You know, so if she's like, look, for example, you get sisters that have an issue with brothers that are pursuing women in the world because they dress like whores and sluts, and brothers like it. You get what I'm saying? So they be like, oh, you after this corner woman. Meanwhile, it's the same woman that's arguing on Facebook,
Right.
and talking shit on Facebook.
I've heard it.
You know? So, is he wrong for that?
No, not at all. Going back to what, you know, Mecca said, I think it's easier because when you get a sister, you would, and it's so sad because you would think it would be easier having a sister of the faith because, okay, well, you know the Bible, you're willing to keep the commandments, you're willing to do this, but she's been exposed to many doctrines, so you're going to have another man in your house. Meaning, you're going to say, well, the Sabbath is on a Saturday. Well, brother Ishmael said that it's on this
Tuesday.
Yeah, so you have another man at this point in your house, which is adultery.
Spiritual.
So yes, it's spiritual adultery. So you're bringing that back type of baggage into your home.
That's why we don't do doctrine on this. Period. We don't do that. You know, your husband teach you what he teach you. You know what I'm saying? I got a brother. You already know Soldier Judah. You know, out in Carolina. It's my brother right there. He's a part of a camp. I'll just say One West. You know, it ain't important, but that's a good brother of mine. You know, and we get along really, really well. We don't agree on everything, but that's okay because it's still my brother. So if he have his wife watching something, she don't need to be what Judah said. But what I say, I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's my brother. You know, and I got, of course, other brothers as well. You know, who wife watch the channel. You know, and we don't agree on everything, but that's okay. That's my brother, though. That's my brother. You know, but we will talk about getting your wife or wives in order. We gonna talk about that. You know, and if they out of order, we gonna check them on this channel. You know.
I think it will save most men the headache of taking a sister from the world, or a sister that is freshly new into the truth, like 1 to 2 years.
Yeah, say it again. Like what?
Like 1 to 2 years max.
Man, and that don't mean that sisters been in the truth longer. There's no chance, but it's just like it's easier. It's much easier than to bake a cake from scratch, how you want it versus going to get it from the store. You know what I'm saying? So
having to dig through it and put extra ingredients in and
yeah,
try to put it back together
to make this perfect cake in a perfect shape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, and then it's like the sisters who are dressed like that. When I met each and every one of you, what's one? Stand up, stand up, real quick, please. Just stand up.
All of us?
Yeah, everybody, stand on up. I feel like I get off the couch is like Coming to America. Remember that? So you see the maxi skirts that they have on. You see what I'm saying? I got my tripod set up a certain way, but you see modesty, right? All right, you go ahead and sit on back down. All right. So from head wraps, modesty. Which one of y'all was dressed like that when I first met y'all?
None of it.
None of it. How was y'all dressed when I got with y'all?
I wear leggings all the time.
Oh, short
Jeans.
Not modest at all.
It wasn't modest at all.
It even took me a few years being in the truth to get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you sit, so brothers, when you see this is something that was built. You get what I'm saying? So, and I never winked at their folly. Never winked at it. Let it slide. No, you're going to level up spiritually just like I am. You know, so if they were insecure, you wouldn't see them right here today. You know what I'm saying? So again, but going back, this is, oh, she's dressed like a HOE. Okay, well, here go 3 women right here that was dressed like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but now look at the growth, though. Look at the growth. That's what's important. Don't be discouraged. If you feel you got to do that, hey, go ahead and do that. Judy, what we meet?
At the club.
Hey, what?
At the club.
At the club, at the club, at the club. That's what we met. At the club. Look at that. At the club. You see what I'm saying? So, you want to tell them what you have? Whoo! Man. Yo. But, again, you wouldn't know that. Look at the growth. Look at what the Most High has done with these 3 beautiful women. You know. So again, don't be discouraged. But again, we would pretty much encourage that if you're strong enough in this walk to do it. You know. Anything else?
I did want to say something.
Go ahead. Huh?
It's all good.
She don't remember.
Okay. You all good? All right. You want to say anything else? You want to say anything else?
No.
All right. So again, well, we're going to go ahead and end it here. So again, ladies,
Oh, I thought you was meaning on that topic.
nah.
I do want to say something else.
Okay, so you want to say something else? My bad. Let's get on and get it. We just finna end it. Guess not. I told y'all. It's not scripted.
Yeah, it's not that long. But I said earlier in the video that it was 2 definitions for insecure. The other definition for insecure is not firmly fixed, liable to give way or break, able to be broken into. There's actually a scripture that goes over something like that about men giving themselves over to a light woman.
Yes. Ecclesiastes chapter 7. You want me to read it?
Yes, please.
All right. Ecclesiastes, or Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 7. It says, "Hast thou a wife after thy own mind?" Now keep in mind, brothers, of course you want a wife that's going to think how you think, move how you move. Just like you see me, I was stealing their answers. You know why? Because they think like me. Right? So it says, again, it says, "Hast thou a wife after thy own mind? Forsake her not." Don't you ever neglect that woman. If you do, I would never neglect them. They are me. Why would I neglect myself? How retarded is that? But it says, "But give not yourself over to a light woman." A light woman. That woman is moving with every wind of doctrine. Anything that sounds good, she's over here, she's over there. She's easily moved. She don't weigh much. She's a light woman. You see what I'm saying? So a woman that's easily moved. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, this sounds good. Oh, I like what he said. Oh, I like what she said. Oh, this is nice. Oh, that sounds nice. That woman is easily moved. Her mind is not like your mind. So don't give yourself over to that type of woman. Anything that sounds good. And you know, that's truth in everything. That's how I start. I can listen to this. I can listen to that. You can listen to me, have your mind like me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the scripture. Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 26 in the Apocrypha. You want to say something on that?
Well, just mostly, although we have like our standard insecurities, women do have insecurities. We are all insecure. There's a different type of insecurity to look for also in women, and that is one of them. There are a lot of women out here that don't realize that when they are listening to other men teaching and things of that nature, that they are committing like spiritual fornication and things like that. They don't know So this is the message, that is what it is. We all have to stand, what's the word? Like, stand strong. In all of our positions, our men can't fall away from what they're required to do with the Most High, and we can't fall astray from what we are supposed to do as wives to our husbands. So stay strong, study, keep yourself busy, fill up your time.
Say that again.
Study, keep yourself busy, filling your time. There's a whole lot of things that you could be doing as a wife, as a mother, as a sister, other than worrying about what your husband is doing, who he's doing it with, who he's spending time with, and how he's spending time. So these are all things to meditate on every single day. That's it.
All right. Well, I guess another curveball before we get out of here. A woman that's coming into this, right? She decides, like, you know what? All right, I want to do poly. Like, me, I want to be a part of a poly union, but I want to be a part of a strong poly union, right? What would you say that would be a red flag for her, since we're now in this red flag trending? What would be a red flag to look for to be like, sis, you might want to either reconsider, or you might want to take your time, or abort mission? What would be a red flag?
We kind of talked about that in our last video.
Okay.
But some red flags is, I guess, strife and envy amongst the sisters.
Okay. Now explain it to a new sister that don't know what that means.
Like,
If they don't get along,
yeah,
don't really hang, everybody kind of separated. If it's like back talk, behind each other's back, secrets being given, or you keeping secrets, whispering when sisters walk out of the room and stuff like that.
What if the sister, feels like, yo, well, my sister wife don't ever communicate with me. She'll never talk to me, but she say she would, and things like that.
That's a red flag.
Okay. What do you? Go ahead. Anybody want to say something on that? What would be the advice for that? For that sister. Seeing you said it's a red flag, what should she do?
You try to talk to her. Like me, I don't talk every day. But if you talk to me, I'll talk. It's not that, upset or anything. Just sometimes it's quiet time. But you go talk to that sister and to see if something is wrong. And if something is wrong, you have a ground to stand on. Meaning you can move from there. You can move up from there.
True,
if that makes sense.
But typically speaking, a lot of brothers is courting women that live in different areas. So it's like, well, what if I don't get a call back or a text back or anything like that, or it's like it's just me, and I'm trying to pull her in and she's pushing me away.
Okay, got you. Okay, so I haven't experienced that, but I've counseled women that experience that. I mean, you have to, at this point, you have to say it in the fruits. You have to realize that you've done what you can do, and and reaching out to her every day wasn't work for you. Reach out to her once a week or once every other day, and if there's no response, then you can honestly tell you sleep better at night. No, I've tried. And then when your king or the man you're courting comes to you like, well, you don't. I got documentation. I do. She don't respond.
What do you think he should do in this aspect? If he did do that and he has a situation, what should he do?
He needs to go to that woman that's not cooperating, that's not showing unity, and deal with her accordingly.
Okay. What would you say, Judy?
I would say the same. Even though she don't respond, that shouldn't Again, with security, you should be secure in your position. It shouldn't move you any kind of way because that sister doesn't decide to, hit you back or text you back or check up on you or anything like that. I would still stay in the fruits of the spirit and just focus on what you're supposed to be doing as far as your role, as far as what you're supposed to be doing as a sister and as a wife or potential wife to your husband or whatever. So just staying focused and not losing faith or anything like that because things are not working as you wanted to be working at that moment. So just still keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, and be counted righteous in the eyes of the Most High because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing as a woman of the Most High.
All right, you got anything you want to chime in on?
Well, they said both of them, really, but adding on to that, what my sister said, staying in your role, playing your position, regardless to what the next sister is doing, you stay true to who you are. Continue doing what you've been doing. Be the person that your husband or that brother that you are being courted by. Be that person that he fell in love with. Even if the sister is not doing all of these things or she's not trying to talk to you, she isn't welcoming, she don't want to be your friend, stay who you are. My king, he said it best, play your position. If there's two trees in the woods and the tree fall, does the other tree bend down because that other tree fell? No, you keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. You keep playing the position that you are supposed to play. You are supposed to stay in the fruits of the spirit. Keep doing all of those things, and eventually, if it is that way, he'll see it and it'll be dealt with accordingly. I think we said it in several of our other videos. Just keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, sis. It'll work out.
All right, last but not least, so we at the end. I guess again, another curveball dealing with this. The woman who's watching it, she's realized that, wow, okay, I am insecure. I haven't been secure. What do I do? At this point, I'm insecure. The name of the video is, "Are you insecure?" The answer is yes. Now what?
Well, I think that's the first step, is acknowledging it. Because if you don't acknowledge it, you can't do anything about it. So I think that's the first step, is that you acknowledge it, and which is a good thing. I mean, I think that I would tell the sister, do self-reflection. What I mean by that is, tell yourself, this is what I offer. I'm smart. I'm funny. I bring him peace. I stand the fruits. This is why he married me. And a lot of sisters need to think back to that person, because some sisters have been married so long to this man, and then he decides to get another wife, and you easily forget why he chose you in the first place, why he married you. So you need to get back to that mindset, like, well, he married me because X, Y, and Z reason. He stayed married to me this long for X, Y, and Z reasons. Can't no woman come in and replace that. So I would definitely tell that sister to do self-reflection. And even if you want to sit in a group with sisters or your children, and y'all do self-reflection on each other and sit around and say, well, I like you because of this reason, and I think you're great because of this reason. That definitely is a confidence booster for everyone involved, and it just reiterates who you are. But staying in the fruits of the spirit will definitely help you do that as well.
Okay. Judy, anything you want to say? All right. What about you, Mecca? Anything you want to say?
I would say to increase your level of understanding. I would say to study more, to pray more. When you what's the word, like if you're hard on yourself, if you don't believe, pray, fill yourself with the Spirit, increase that. I know I feel better after I get done reading the Bible, or I get done studying or watching a video. Do something like that, instead of tearing yourself down. Include, and add what my sister said before, that self-reflection, because we all need self-reflection.
Right.
But I would definitely study and read and pray and fast. Do all of those things, because that's nothing but a demon. Insecurities, it's just a demon.
I would say, adding to what they were saying, watch these videos more. We got several videos on this channel. Watch them over and over. Take notes. Go over those notes. Go to your husband for instruction. Go to him and ask him, what can I do to work on this? And whatever he say, do it. Whatever he say, do it. It may hurt. You may not agree with it. You may not like it. But it might be for your benefit. Again, it might be for your benefit. So watch these videos. Watch the video, The Role of a Woman. You have to know, acknowledge your mistakes. And don't make excuses about it. Because if you're insecure, this video definitely bothered you, and you most definitely hit the dislike button. Or maybe unsubscribe. If you are secure in this video, and you say that you are very secure, then we challenge you. Go ahead and share this video with somebody. Share it with somebody else, because you might save them, because the scripture said, envy and wrath shorten the life. Don't you want to save somebody's life? Because they're killing themselves. So this is a life-saving video. This video is stopping you from killing yourself, because you're spiritually committing suicide. That's where we at with this. So this video, you might not think it is much important. It is. Because these three women, including myself, were saving your life. At least we're attempting to. You know what I'm saying? So again, watch these videos. Watch them more than once. Watch them inside and out. Learn them inside and out. Take notes. Share it. Share it. Share it. And share it. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, the book I have coming out, known as The Unwritten Rules of Polygyny. And ooh-wee, it's going to be a wake-up call in that book. It will be on Amazon. We'll keep you updated. Start looking for it around November the 9th or 10th. And
hey you guys, we are the Trade Line Queens. I know everything's been kind of hectic dealing with this COVID-19 pandemic, but please don't let that discourage you guys from getting your credit straight.
So if you have credit card debt, medical bills, inquiries, evictions, or even bankruptcies, we are here to help you. So give us a call at 1-833-CLUB-700.
That's 1-833-258-2700.
Mention 244 to receive a discount from Trade Line Queens.
With that being said, no one has anything to say, right? So, well, we're going to leave you off with that. Repent. 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 Watch these videos. Like, share, and subscribe. YouTube.com/House of Judah. So we're done. And with that being said,
Shalom. We're here and we continue to grow. And the next sister that comes in as well, she'll get in, she'll be able to bond, with us and grow with us as well. But like I said, a lot of people, and I thank the Most High, that's nothing that we've ever experienced where we like, oh, y'all just doing that for the camera.
Yes, fake.
And I thank God that we never experienced that.
What's your name? What's your name?
You gotta talk to.
It's a big production.
I'm a pawn in this game of life. We call chess that word that manifests. Dear Lord, I try my best to break the chains of flesh.